And we're live again, guys. How's it going? This is Jose Trujillo, world's greatest living artist, coming to you from the car studio because I can. Yeah, let's do this. Vámonos. So my nose is clean. I'm somewhat clean today. Let's do this. How's it going, Shanaz? Good to see you. Beautiful people of Instagram. Come on, play. Come on, play. Guys, I wanted to talk to you about something right now that I heard something right now. I went to the art supply store, and one of the I think it was one of the workers or one of the I think it was the store manager. I don't know. It doesn't matter. She's super awesome. She was telling me about art exhibits. I think the local museum here where I'm at is having an exhibit, and it reminded me of. Well, anyways, let me tell you. She said that they're charging about $30 to submit, and you have to submit your work, and on and on and on and on. And today was the deadline, and I was like, oh man, how did I miss that? All right, well, okay, well, I had other stuff, I guess. I don't know, wasn't paying attention, and I totally missed that. To be part of that, it reminded me of something that someone told me a while back. Actually, a lot of people have told me this, but one specific person told me, should I do those community shows? They cost money. It takes time to join them, and on and on and on and on. Should I join that? And really, guys, I'm going to tell you something that I've been thinking about because of that. If you're not joining those shows, if you're not participating in the community, in the art community, if you're not doing that, you're doing yourself a huge, huge disservice. Either you have found something, because this happened to me, online or offline or through a specific industry where you are generating income and it's working for you, but then you become a little bit lazy on the other things, right? Because you're too dependent on one stream or one platform or something that worked for you, and you're not participating in the other stuff like community events, art shows, local art shows, and on and on and on. So what I'm trying to tell you is that people ask me, should I be part of that? And my answer is always, of course you want to be part of that. Are they super smart about it? The people that organize them? Yes, they're very smart about it. Galleries, museums, they're extremely smart about it. They know that most people want to participate, and they're like, you know what, if we're going to go through your artwork and through a judgment, bringing judges and blah, 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 to give you awards and filter you in, we need to get paid for that. So they charge about $30 per person. And they say that the $30, and sometimes they do $30 per person and $15 per image, and up to 4 images or 5 images or 3 images, whatever. And they do this kind of stuff. Now, it seems scheming, right? It seems I certainly don't like it. I wish it was different. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. See, it's meant, everything in this life, guys, I hope I'm not going around in circles so much. Everything in this life is about scheming, filtering through the people that don't and through the people that do. It's always like that. Job applications are usually for people who don't. If you want a job, you don't need a job application. You walk right in there and you get the job. It's different. It's a different mentality. Job applications are usually to brush people off. Art gallery applications are usually to brush people off. They brush you off. This art shows where people charge you, the gallery charges you, the museum charges you, they're usually meant to brush you off. The thing is that if you're the one who's willing to put in the time, who's willing to put in the funds, right? and you do it persistently and consistently, you will reap the benefits. But most people don't. Most people don't. Most people go to those shows. They go to one, maybe two a year, and they're like, oh man. Or maybe they go one, they enter those shows, a handful of those shows, and then they're like, this doesn't work, and then they let it go. It's not going to work that way. So I've made a mistake because I did that myself. I went and I tried to get into all those shows, miserably failed, and then I was like, oh, this doesn't work, and then I moved on. Looking back now, I'm like, that was stupid. It was very stupid. I should have been entering a show, at least a show per week. Not per month, per week. Now, the way I think about it today, I'm like, oh man, I should enter one of those shows a day. Every day. 365 days of the year, I should be entering those shows. I should be trying to pay $30-$50 every day, right? Because now I have a small business that can generate that can pay for that. I should be entering those shows every day in order to up my chances. Who's going to win? The person that enters the show once every 6 months, once a year, or the lunatic like me that enters the show every day? You enter a show twice a year, or I enter the show, any show, all shows, 365 times a year. Who's going to get the shows? I am. It's logic. It's simple. It's very simple. See, but most of us are not taught to think that way. So when people say, should I enter a show? I'm like, duh, of course you should. But don't enter one. You'll be disappointed. Don't enter two. You'll be disappointed. You have to enter shows. Everything that I talk about is about quantity. It's about force. It's about spirit. It's about pound it. It ain't gonna happen if you do it once. Nothing's gonna happen if you just do it once. So, I was listening to my friend here at the art supply store, and she said, "Man, I entered the show." I was like, "That's so awesome! How did I miss that?" I get booty when I miss that. When I miss those shows, I'm like, "Man, I should have been there." But it's okay. It's okay. It's all right. There's plenty more to enter. And the reason why it's so important to enter, I mean, now it's not just entering them, okay? You're going to get into trouble. The whole thing about your art career is getting into trouble. About any career. What I mean by trouble is challenge, not bad stuff, but challenge. For example, it's about $30 to enter to any one of those juried shows, right? It's about $30 to enter. It's about another $30, probably in other extra fees for the show. That's just to enter. The other fees are for them to review your artwork. I think most of them still do it that way. So it's about $60 there already, right? Now you have to have enough work, okay? And it has to be ready to hang, meaning either the work has to be on a stretch canvas with hanger wire on the back, or framed. That takes effort, and usually those stretch canvases are thicker and they cost a little bit more. So that's an added cost to your materials, right? Now you enter one show. This is what most people do. They enter one of those shows and they're like, oh my God. I have these 3 paintings that I'm going to send out there if I'm able to enter the show, if they pick my work, right? But here's what most people do. Okay, I can tell you. They're afraid to enter more shows because they think I only got 3 paintings. So they're afraid of the challenge. The challenge is that if you enter more shows, what happens if you win 3 shows in a month? Or 3 shows in, 3 months? But you only got 3 paintings. Or you only got 6 paintings. Now you have another pickle. You have another problem. You have to produce more work for those shows. And for the other things that you're supposed to be doing, right? Maybe you're selling locally. Maybe you're online. What if you enter a show that you're selling online, but you sold it online, and now the show accepts it, but now you don't have it because you send it to the person who won it. See? Those are good problems to have, people. I live for those problems. I love those problems. I eat them. Yum, 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 yum. Num, 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 num. I love those problems because those are the problems that make your career win. Remember, I've talked to you guys about being the busiest person in your industry, being the busiest person in your circle, being the busiest person in the room. Those are the problems. Those are the challenges that will make you win. But most people don't want to do that because they're afraid of logistics. If I enter 3 shows, but I only have 3 paintings, how am I going to supply the 9 paintings for the 3 shows if I win, if I get to enter in them, if they actually choose my work? How am I going to do that? Oh my God, the world's going to end. The world ain't going to end. Chances are, if you enter 3 shows, chances are, neither of those 3 shows are going to accept you. You have to enter more, and you have to enter multiples and constantly. Now that means you're spending money, constantly spending money, right? 30, 60 bucks, I don't know, 100 bucks, whatever. That's a challenge, right? It's a challenge. It's part of the cost. It's a challenge. Now, you may not have that money to be doing that consistently all the time, but can you do it at least once a month? I bet you if you do it once a month consistently, you will start seeing results sooner than later. Now, here's another thing. Most people don't want to enter the shows too. Here's for another reason. Because they're afraid of the feedback. Many, many artists are afraid of the feedback. I don't know, my work is not good enough, so why should I enter that? I don't know, why not? Why not? What if you just are the only person who thinks your work is not good enough, but the majority of the people out there willing to pay for your work, think that your work is just absolutely wonderful? Now, this is a problem that most artists have. We don't think we're good enough. It's because we are identified with the work. I've talked about this extensively in my YouTube videos. We're identified with the work. We put our self-identity, latch it to our artwork, and therefore absolutely become convinced that if you feel bad about yourself, your work is bad. If you feel good about yourself, your work is good. So the work is in a constant roller coaster. Some days you think you're great, other days you think you're not. Is it the work? Of course not. It's your mental space. Some days you're at peak capacity, other days you hardly ever want to pick up the paints. Is it inspiration? Of course not. It's your mental space. Ding, 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 ding. Mental space will always win over everything. It is senior to everything. Mental space is senior in your career. That is the number one thing. That's the thing that I'm always blabbing, barking, screaming about. It is more important than anything else. Having the right mental attitude towards yourself and your artwork. Having a winning attitude towards yourself and your artwork. You have it towards yourself, you have it towards your artwork. So have it towards yourself first. It'll bleed out to your artwork. So, guys, you want to enter as many shows as possible. You want to be part of it all. You want to consume it. You want to burn it. Burn it. Burn it. Create a huge fire where people are like, what's this? Who's this Jose Trujillo guy? What the hell is he doing? Does he ever sleep? No, I'm a vampire. I don't sleep. I'm part of the what do they call those? The old vampires from Twilight. From Twilight. Yeah, guys, it's so important to enter the shows. Speaking now serious, if I can speak serious, it's important to enter those shows. You're not only becoming more productive, because it will get you to become productive, but you are you're also branding yourself. You're constantly branding yourself. Okay? And people in those circles get to know you. They get to see you. They see you once, they see you twice. Maybe the third time they're like, dude, this person's really trying. We need to get this person in. At least get one painting in. You know? And then boom, right? They get you in. Now 300 people in a show, maybe, I don't know, 200 people, whatever. However many people go to the opening, show up. Now again, you will get problems, right? You will start having problems. Opportunities always come with challenges. They never come alone. Opportunities come with challenges in front and challenges behind them. And that is why most people don't want to succeed. It's not that you can't succeed, it's that we don't want to succeed, because they come with challenges. They come with challenges up front and behind. Up front, how? Well, you have to prepare your artwork, your artist statement, your biography, all the paperwork. You have to come up with the artwork. You have to frame it. You have to package it. You have to ship it. Another expense. You have to ship it, by the way, both ways. If the show is outside your city, so you have to ship it to get it there, and you have to ship it to get it back. And while it's not in your possession, right? If someone tries to buy it, you have to explain to them that you don't have the work with you, and you have to do it in a professional way. And you have to convince them that they will get the work. It is just that it is in an art exhibit. And there could be the possibility that you sell work, the same painting, in both places. There is that slight possibility. You can get lucky enough where you sell the work on your Facebook page, on your eBay, on your Shopify, on your Etsy, on your gallery, and you also sell it in the show. And now you have a real pickle in your hands. I love those pickles, because that's what makes the art career work. Getting yourself in dangerous situations, becoming dangerous. You're in a dangerous environment. So now people, in order to not advance, move ahead, work in their career, they use all sorts of ideas, pretending to be ethical, to walk away from it. But it's not ethical. I cannot show the same work here and there. What if people buy it in the same place? That's just you making sense of why you don't want success. It is extremely ethical for me to tell the world, the entire world, here is my painting, who buys it first? Because I need to take care of my family. And I need to take care of my career. And there could be the possibility that 5 people want to buy it first at the same time. And I have to work it out. Because there's also the possibility, okay, there exists the possibility that nobody buys it. And that is more likely. That is a higher possibility. The higher possibility is that no one's going to buy it. That no one says, no, I won't pay you $900 for that little painting. I don't think it's worth it. There is that high possibility of that. But we focus on the possibility of it going right. You see how messed up we are? We focus on the possibility of it going right. And 100 people saying, oh, I want to buy it. Let me have your $1,000 painting. I want to buy it. Here, let me take it away from you. Here, use the money to enter more shows and to buy more canvases and to thrive in your career and go, up. We focus on that and we say, no, that sounds too good. What if I step on someone's toes and make someone upset? You see how nasty that is? That rather than focusing on, you know what, I'm going to offer my work to everyone in the world. Because I know that if I don't, nobody will buy it. It will gather dust in my studio. I will offer my work with the chances, with running into the slight chance. Okay, it's a slight chance. With running into the slight chance that maybe, just maybe, someone will buy it. Running into the slight chance that maybe two people might want it, and they might fight for it. And they might say, but I wanted it first, but I bought it first. And then having to explain to the other person, you know what, someone beat you to it. Someone bought it 2 hours before you did. You didn't move fast enough. Someone bought it yesterday in a show. While you were thinking about it, whether you wanted it or not, someone bought it yesterday. And I didn't realize till this morning. Now I have to tell you who just bought it this morning, I can't give it to you. I can sell you something else. Or I can paint you something. I can't paint you the same thing. It wouldn't be original, right? But I can paint you something similar. We could work something out. Or here, I have another, I don't know, 20, 30, 100 paintings you can choose from. Here, I'll give you one that's slightly bigger for your troubles. I'll frame it for you for free for your troubles. I'll ship it to you for free for your troubles. I'll include one of my watercolors in there and a note from the artist. I'll include a couple of my sketches. You see? The thing is that we don't want that. We're afraid of it. I know, because I was terrified. For the longest time, I was like, I cannot try to sell this painting here and then try to sell it there. What if they buy it? No, I don't do that with auctions. I do that with work that has set price. I can't do that with auctions. It is unethical, right? Because with auctions, it would be unethical. Because people are already bidding on it, so you can't try to offer it somewhere else. There's certain things that are unethical, and we understand that. But having your painting shown in one place and then shown in another place and shown in another place, and someone wants it more than someone else, not because they paid more, but because they bought it first. It is your God-given right. We try to make sense of everything, guys. We can't make sense of everything. We need to create artwork, get it out into the market, take care of ourselves, our family, our studio, and stop complaining about it. And go full in. Enter as many shows as you can. Offer the same painting to 100. Imagine if you could offer the same painting. Imagine if Oprah, yes, Oprah, invites you to her show and says, bring a couple of paintings. Here, bring one painting. Put it in the background while I talk to you. Imagine if, I don't know, 2 million, 10 million people want it. What if 10 million people want it at the same time? Oh, you got a real challenge now. If 10 million people want it at the same time, who will you sell it to? It is a blessing, guys. It is a good thing. But I believe that because we grew up with ideas of perfectionism. We grew up with ideas of stagnation. We grew up with fears. We fear our success. I know, because I have feared my success for years. I went through every single effing excuse possible. I can't paint more. No, what if I dilute myself? I cannot paint more. I should not paint abstract and then realism and then impressionism, and then I can't do that. No, I gotta stay singular. I shouldn't do still lifes. You know how many people actually took time out of their life? This is hilarious. People took time out of their life, okay? Precious time out of their life, to call me in my studio, to talk to me and tell me, you know what? I love your work, but let me tell you something. Let me give you a piece of advice. Don't paint still lifes. You don't know how to do them. I've made so much income from painting still lifes in my career. All because I chose not to listen to these people. Because if you're an artist, no. You either paint landscapes or figurative work, or what are you? What are you, an equestrian artist? Are you a figurative artist? Are you a realist painter, surrealist? What are you? Why are you doing watercolors if you're an oil painter? You know, and on and on and on and on. All of this BS that doesn't support me and my family. that doesn't support my vision as an artist. I call them suppressors. And the biggest suppressors are not out there, are the ones we have in our own mind. I cannot stress enough. Guys, get your work out into the market. Get it out. Show it as much as possible. Be relentless about it. It is the only way to survive as an artist. If something's working right now, it might not work always. So you can't depend on one stream. You have to open up to different streams. Do gallery shows, do Etsy shops, do Facebook. Pay to play, right? Like those shows that they're like they charge you, I don't know, $50 or whatever. Pay to play. I don't know. Do art parties in your home if you can, with friends and family, and have some of your work there, and teach people how to paint, teach people how to draw, show. Record yourself. Maybe you're not into teaching because you're not there yet, or you don't feel comfortable. Cool. I'm not into teaching either. I'm barely getting into it because people have asked me, not because of me. I didn't want to teach. I didn't want to get into that because I'm like, those who teach don't do. And I had all sorts of ideas, wrong ideas about it. I'm like, I'm a real artist. I'm a serious artist. I don't teach. I'm not a teacher. I'm not some art teacher. I'm a painter. But I got to the point where people are like, can you show us? Can you show us how to your process? Can you show us how to paint? Can you show us how to do what you do? And I got to the point where now I'm creating a platform where I'm going to start teaching people how to paint, my process, not how to paint in general, because everybody does it different. But my process. I guess some people want to learn what I'm doing, so I'm going to teach those folks. And it's the only way, guys. Show your work, show yourself, get out there, participate in your community, in your churches, in your social groups, whatever it is. Be there more than everyone else, and watch your art career start rising. Watch people out of the blue. I get commissions. People are like, people that are friends, people that are not friends, people that I just met, people from online. All of a sudden they're like, can you paint this for me? How much is the commission? How much is this? Blah, blah, blah. Can you do this? All of a sudden opportunities start showing up. And opportunities show up when you show up. Many people are like, when does my opportunity come? Opportunities only show up when you show up. It's the only way. I'll leave you guys with that. I gotta go get my wife. She's doing her nails somewhere here in a nail spa. All right, take care. Adios.